With the primary election tomorrow, the Justice Department will be watching Arizona closely to crack down on the potential voter fraud. It's an issue that has been at the center of an investigative project right here at the Cronkite School of Journalism at ASU. Reporter Corbin has the latest on efforts to combat voter fraud here in Arizona.
That's right, Mugo. Voter fraud is a key issue this election as we enter into the primaries as well as the presidential election. Arizona has been in the news a lot this past year because of some new voter ID requirements, but the woman in charge of elections says Maricopa County says she's confident it will run with no problems. With recent changes in voter ID requirements, it can be confusing what Arizonans need to show if they want to vote.
You will always need to take your voter identification with you when you go to the polls. That either means a government ID with a picture on it, or if you don't have that, then you have to have two other forms of identification.
That can be anything from a bank statement to a utility bill. Several states have passed new laws about voter ID to make sure there is no voter fraud. Today's announcement that the Justice Department will be here to make sure there is no fraud or discrimination in the Arizona elections might surprise some, but not Helen Purcell.
We've had the Department of Justice out here in our elections before. This is not the first time. In fact, they come out here almost every election.
For the past 24 years, Helen Purcell has been in charge of elections in Maricopa County. And while some have said new voter ID laws are in response to nationwide claims of voter fraud, Purcell says she has not seen such problems in Arizona.
I don't think that it's in response to voter fraud claims here because I haven't seen it.
Voter fraud was the topic of a special News 21 investigation at the Cronkite School. We looked into voter fraud across the country since 2000, and in Arizona, there were no cases of voter fraud impersonation reported. If you'd like to see more about the findings, just go to votingrights.news21.com. In the newsroom, live, I am Corbin Carson, Cronkite News.